This got us thinking about all 5 of the quarterbacks that were taken in the first round last year. Mike 51. Give it to that boy playing ball this year. Playing ball this year. Mac Jones ain't the only one ready. All right. They're heading into their second season, so we wanted to give our confidence level. You mad, Acho? So each guy is going to be graded on a scale of 1 to 10. Acho, get us started. What's your #1 overall pick? What's your confidence level? Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, the #1 overall pick last year. I am at a 6 out of 10 as it pertains to confidence in Trevor Lawrence. Remember, last year, 17 interceptions. It was not pretty at all. Only 12 touchdowns, a 3-14 record. This year, though, he gets Doug Peterson. That's why my confidence is above a 5. Doug Peterson, Super Bowl winning head coach with the Philadelphia Eagles. But you must remember, Doug Peterson's first year with Carson Wentz was not pretty.
Okay.
It was Doug Peterson's second year with Carson Wentz. That was phenomenal. I don't think Trevor Lawrence's first year with Doug Peterson is going to be anything to write home about. I just think Trevor Lawrence will finally steady the ship. Yeah. I anticipate about 25 touchdowns, 14 or so interceptions. I anticipate like a year where we're like, okay, he's had a lot of promise, but he's still turning the ball over too much.
Yeah. Interesting. Now, let me just put my number up here because I'm thinking a little more of Trevor Lawrence, obviously, than you are. I have him at an 8. Now, without a Super Bowl winning head coach there, maybe I would have had him at a 6, but this is his second year. Obviously, we're having this conversation. Trevor Lawrence took some lumps last year. You threw more interceptions than touchdowns. Welcome to the NFL, right? But he's still a tremendous talent that's going to get a healthy running game, also assets there, and then someone adult in the room, as they're saying, in terms of leadership and taking this forward. Trevor Lawrence is on record saying, hey, this offseason, I'm loving the communication, loving the camaraderie. So I think Trevor Lawrence is taking his natural bump, also with the help and acquisitions on that side of the ball. On top of a Super Bowl winning head coach, I got to give him more than just, if you say 25-14, that's not a 6th season for a quarterback. That's in them 7s and 8s, brother.
The thing is, you know how good quarterbacks are these days, big dog. Aaron Rodgers, 40 touchdowns, 4 picks. Josh Allen, 40-plus total touchdowns, 7 picks. 25-14 for me is, I guess for a second-year quarterback, that's solid.
Yeah.
For a quarterback, though, it's only so-so. Here's why I'm not that high on it. His #1 receiver, Christian Kirk. I love Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones came in the league when I did, but Marvin Jones getting up there in age. Travis Etienne going to be his premier running back, supposed to be, maybe along with Montgomery. I just don't really know how it's going to play out. That's why I'm only at a 6.
I hear you. All right, let's go to the Big Apple, that same apple that Baker Mayfield should bring to the teacher. And we want to know your confidence level for Zach Wilson.
My confidence level in Zach Wilson. I got him at a 7 out of 10.
7?
Got him at a 7.
More than Trevor Lawrence? Did you see him last year?
More than Trevor Lawrence because he has to do significantly less. Think about the Jets defense now. Robert Saleh is a defensive mind.
Yeah.
Second year as a head coach there. Defense should be more shored up. Who did they draft first? Sauce Gardner at cornerback, trying to shore up that position. So I don't think Zach Wilson's going to have to do that much. Furthermore, they actually gave him some help on the flip side. Remember, they gave him a running back in the second round, and Breece Hall gave him a 2 phenomenal receivers, including Elijah Moore as well. So when I think about Zach Wilson, he's not going to have to do as much. He got so much help in the offseason. I think 7 out of 10.
Here we go again. Zach Wilson wins off seasons. I got him lower than that. I got him at a 3. Hate to do this to you, Zach Wilson. Here's the thing. Last offseason, he was the flavor of the month, and the month was August before everything started. Oh, my God, look at Zach Wilson, how he looks in practice. He's so amazing. And then he got in them games, he was getting tilted. Hit 69.7 was not his completion percentage, his passer rating. Dog, Zach Wilson was giving the ball to the other team and trying to figure out. And I'm not against this guy as a talent, but you know how it goes, especially if you start off slow. In New York for the Jets. You talked about tremendous assets that are trying to keep the score down, but you need to go out there and score yourself, or all of a sudden you create that civil war because the other side of the ball starts to look at you like, hey, man, we doing our part. Zach Wilson, step up.
I just don't know, Sel, how much he's going to be asked to do.
Okay.
That's why you'll see as my list progresses, it's all about how much do you have to do versus how much are you asked to do. When I think about Zach Wilson, I don't think he's going to be asked to do that much. You got a good running game now. Breece Hall was one of the best running backs in college last year.
That's facts.
If not the best. Iowa State, dude. You got finally a defense that looks to be solidified. solidified. C.J. Mosley, hopefully he's healthy.
Yeah.
You already know Quentin Williams up front, D tackle, dude. Sauce Gardner, hopefully he can settle things down on the back end. So I just don't think he has to do that much. That's where my faith is. Not so much in Zach. My faith is now in the organization.
Oh, don't have to do that much. Maybe he can't do that much. This dude didn't have a game with a passer rating over 100. He threw 9 touchdowns in 17. Man, let me stop. Let's move on to the quarterback that saw the least amount of action last year. What's your confidence level in one play, Trey Lance?
One play, Trey. 2 out of 10. And only because I'm trying to be somewhat nice. Trey Lance, from everything I've heard from people within the locker room, people outside the locker room, he just ain't it. He just ain't got it. There's a reason they call him one play Trey. And there's a reason he only started 1 game last year, if I'm not mistaken. Because he's just not like that. Think about this for a second, y'all.
I'm listening.
The Niners chose to play Jimmy G with a broken thumb over their first-round top 3 overall pick in Trey Lance. There is a reason. If you're a first-round pick top 5, they want to start you. The only reason you don't start is if you quite literally do not have the talent, so much so that you can't. I got him at a 2.
Oh, Trey, I don't know what to think. I'm going back to you at the desk when you were saying Boston, Miami, I don't know. I don't know about Trey, so I'm going to give him a 5. I've heard exactly what you've heard. Part of it, I've heard from you exactly those same words. But there's also a part of me that's like, yo, this dude is a talent. Everyone also talks about how his ceiling is so high. And maybe in that situation of the 49ers, that circumstance is why Trey Lance has not been on the field fully. You know how it goes. If we're on a team that has Super Bowl aspirations and we have a Super Bowl roster, we don't have time to slow down. You ever been at the gym and somebody on the treadmill and they have 15? You ain't no warm-ups, bro. You got to hold the both rails and just hit it. You got to hit it. And I don't know if they trusted the rookie to do that. What, off-season to go through this off-season and then him coming back? I think that they think that this is the guy for them. But for me, I don't know what to think. So I got to go midpoint with him. Number 5. Let's get to the Bears and their quarterback, Justin Fields. Acho, what's your confidence level in Justin?
Your reasoning is literally my reasoning this year for Justin Fields. I have him at a 5 for this reason. Justin Fields has no help around him. If I didn't like Justin Fields, it would be significantly lower. They have no change of pace at running back. David Montgomery is a dude, but Tariq Cohen, remember, he just got injured this offseason, last week. So you don't have a change of pace back, and you ain't got a change of pace receiver. Darnell Mooney is a dude, but straight speedster. So if you have no change of pace at running back, no change of pace with wide receiver, then when you pass the ball, it's 1 pace. When you run the ball, it's 1 pace. Why does that matter? Because as a defense, that is very easy to game plan against. I don't think Justin Fields has very much help. He has a defensive-minded coach. As a first-year head coach in Matt Eberflus, I just don't know that this is the year that it gets right. I think we need 1 more year for it to build.
Man, I'm thinking more of Justin Fields. I have him at a 7. I have Justin Fields at a 7 because this is going to open up his playmaking. Everything you said was dead on. And I had him at a 5. I said, I just said 5 for the last one. I can't go 5 again. Then I started to think, when the play breaks down, that activates Justin Fields. Last year, he had a stretch run when he won 2 of his 3 starts. He had a stretch run when he was improvising. When Justin Fields can't see it out there, he can make it still happen out there. But this is, by design, a situation that is not set up for ultimate success. Totally agree with you. But I think the playmaking ability of Justin Fields is going to stand out this year while they try to build him up with resources and assets that they don't have just yet. And finally, the quarterback who's apparently in the best shape of his life, flat up here. Acho, what's your confidence level for Mac? Who?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, he's 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that
The quarterback's a reflection of a team. A team is a reflection of the quarterback. And he's a 9 out of 10, not because he's the most talented. I don't think so at all. But I think his team will perform the best. Mac Jones doesn't have a ton of help either, but he knows what to do with the limited help that he has. Mac Jones will find a way to make sure the Patriots stay atop the AFC East. They were second in the AFC East last year, 10-7. I anticipate getting more wins. I think he will be the winningest second-year quarterback. As a result, I judge my QBs based off wins. Y'all judge y'all's how y'all want. I judge mine based on how they win, and he'll be the winningest, 9 out of 10.
Oh, man, I'm with you. I got him at a 9 as well. With Bill Belichick there, if you talk about planting the seeds in terms of the greatness of Mac Jones, Belichick's going to protect this while it blossoms. So a young Tom Brady was allowed to blossom. Now we're going to see the same thing with Mac Jones. And what offseason he's having from the Pro Bowl, hitting the gritty. Should I do it right now? Oh, no. I always start out with my running. Oh, no, I can do it, though. Oh, no, too much. All right. He did that better than me. And then he show up flat. And teammates are talking about Mac Jones, not only because of his tangibles. There's a limit to his tangibles, but there's no limit to his intangibles. You always bet on character. You always bet on a worker, especially when he has that level of talent. Mac Jones, he's about to ball out this year.